Trending in China, where we dive into the latest buzz around the Chinese economy and beyond.
First of all, it's all about like people be together and be happy and doing activities as a group and also drinks, right? It's quite special compared to Christmas and also all the other big festivals for the Westerners. The LEGO Spring Festival sets are always top sellers for the LEGO group, so it's really, really welcome. And the managers back in time, like he reached out to me by DM, like, do you have interest to come to a workshop for the LEGO group? As people from China in the team, it's such a huge responsibility, I have to say. But it's also a big honor to let more people know about our culture.
Hi and welcome back to Trending in China. This is a special Spring Festival episode and we're excited to be celebrating the traditions, cultural significance of this cherished festival. This year, the Spring Festival has been officially added to UNESCO's representative list of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity, a milestone for recognizing and preserving this festival traditions. In today's episode, we're thrilled to feature a special guest, Wen Xiaodong, the first designer from Chinese mainland to join the headquarters of the global toy giant LEGO Group. Wen is also one of the key designers behind the Monkey Kid series. Welcome, Xiaodong. Let's start with a brief introduction about yourself and maybe a little bit about your role at the LEGO Group.
Hello everyone, I'm Xiaodong and I'm a concept designer from the LEGO Group. And I've been with the LEGO Group for 12 years so far. And I live in Denmark, live in Billund right now. And since I said like my role is concept designer, so I work on concepts for models, for play, for TV series. My biggest franchises right now are Monkey Kid and LEGO Spring Festival. And also I work on other themes before in the past, but it's mainly LEGO homegrown IPs. But I'm happy to be here.
And for this Spring Festival or Chinese New Year, what's your personal plans, Xiaodong?
We have like plenty of Chinese co-workers here in the LEGO Group, but we work in different buildings, different functions, so we couldn't see each other like day-to-day basis. So the Spring Festival, the Chinese New Year, is a great opportunity for us to gather around. And so we're gonna have a celebration, like we're gonna have around like 30-ish people, and everybody brings some dishes and we're gonna make dumplings during that night, and probably we're gonna watch the New Year Gala.
Since I know you've been living abroad for many years, do you have any fun or memorable stories about celebrating the Spring Festival overseas? Are there any changes over the years?
First of all, every year we try to invite some foreigners, foreign colleagues or friends, to have the experience of what Spring Festival, what Chinese New Year should look like, because there are so many stereotypes on social media, like they've been told in the past, like by TV or what kind of medias, right? So it's quite important for us to bring the real flavor to them, and actually they will all really like it. Actually, it's because it's quite special compared to Christmas and also all the other big festivals for the Westerners, and also they can see another side of the culture, because for them Chinese culture is always like calm and like harmony and sort of things, right? But Spring Festival is all about like people be together and be happy and doing activities as a group and also drinks, right? So it's quite unique for them and also quite fresh for them, I think.
In this special time of celebration, let's move on to talk about the LEGO Group's journey in embracing Chinese New Year culture. As a concept designer who has been involved in this design for many years, what's the story behind the LEGO Group's first Spring Festival themed series, for example?
Actually, LEGO Spring Festival series started back in 2018, and we launched 2 boxes in CIE in Shanghai, and it was a dragon dance and a family union thingy, and that was the year of peak, if I remember right. And then so far, it's been the 7th years for the LEGO Group launching like Spring Festival sets. So we had by far we had like 14 sets already, and we we always try to respect the culture. First of all, like I'm the people from the culture, and also but then the other members in the team, they are not, right? So it's like how to get them on board, how to get them be interested in our own culture, because as people working design, they need to like it first. Otherwise, they cannot put their heart, their soul, put their love in the work. So I try to teach them how to write in Chinese, some Chinese words, some Chinese phrases, also movies, shows. So actually, I achieved some like fans of our culture right now. It's like both for the Journey to the West and also for the rest of things, even the movies and sort of things. So I think that's quite important to get the Westerners team members on board. And secondly, as I said, there has been 14 already, and China is so big. How to make everybody happy, which is almost impossible, right? Because like the tradition in the south and the north is so different, and also we have so many Chinese people living in the Western world. They also celebrate the New Year in a slightly different way. So that's why we try to explore what the key points of Spring Festival. So, for example, like every year there's a Lego minifigure in the Chinese zodiac costume, and it's a really rare minifigure, because every year there are only gonna be one. It's gonna only be in that set, and also like we have so many sets which can be built by the whole family, like no matter you are kids or you're grandparents. So that's why like we try to we try to have everybody join the Lego play experience. Yeah.
Cool. So it's like we say the Spring Festival is an occasion of family gathering, and playing the Lego Spring Festival set is also an activity for the whole family. That's the concept, right? I must say it has been a success for you to get everybody on board, of course, apparently, since we have so many Spring Festival sets right now. I wonder, how have the designs evolved over the years?
It's become harder and harder, I have to say, because we are not the only ones making Spring Festival sets, right? So, but we wanna be special, and also we wanna respect the culture even more. So that's why we try to find out what's the best ideas for that specific year, for that specific zodiacs. So like within the design team, we will do so many rounds of brainstorming to explore the concepts, explore the directions, and after that we will bring those to different locations in China, and we're gonna test those concepts with parents, with kids, with consumers for several rounds in different locations, south and north and wherever. By the meantime, we work with our China marketing team really closely. We listen to their feedback. We work with them, and because they know our consumers the best. So by doing all these, which allow us to mature the concept, mature the final products in the best shape within the limit time we have. Yeah. How we evolve, I mean, that's like, because it's one festival, right? So we started from the biggest culture icons, like the well-known ones, to like something more specific. But also, like I said, that concept need to be relevant to that year, to that zodiac. So, for example, like for the year of the rabbit, because rabbit itself is super cute, that's why we made a parade, which we have a rabbit on the flower cart and with a red envelope in the hands to give the best wishes. But for the year of the dragon, then why not we make a dragon? So it's really depends on the year, depends on the zodiac, and also depends on the trends, what's popular in China, what's popular among the people, especially the young people nowadays in China. Yeah, I think that's how we evolve and how we learn.
Cool. So as you mentioned, it's becoming harder and harder. So I wonder, as a designer, especially a designer from China, what have been the rewards and challenges of integrating traditional Chinese culture into these products you make?
I mean, like, as people from China in the team, it's such a huge responsibility, I have to say. But it's also a big honor to let more people know about our culture, especially to spread the beauty of the culture, also the wealth of the culture. Challenge, I mean, it's also that actually, it's like how you make them like it, so like how you use the power of the culture to break through all those walls and to make it more aware by everybody around the world, also especially make them like it, and also get them get their interest into our culture and make them want to know even more. I think that's the challenge, and we are still trying to do our best to achieve that.
Speaking of the yearly design, now let's explore into the design process of maybe this year's design. Can you share some details about how traditional Spring Festival elements are represented using Lego bricks? For example, like I saw the design of 2025, there's like the Good Fortune set. How do you approach designing the snake designs, for example?
Yeah, so I think for those two sets, we are trying to target the audience or the consumers from different age and different generation, also different interests. For example, the Good Fortune set, that's a pure display set, but with a little bit play feature in there. But that one, we include a lot of culture icons with good meanings behind them, such as the magpie on the branch, like flowers, and also the gold ingots. So it's like every single item in that set translates into a good message, which the Lego Group want to give to the consumers around the world for the Year of the Snake. And then the other set, the floating lantern, in there, the idea is actually inspired by the traditional Chinese lantern, the working horse lantern. So that's why the first thing came to our mind is like how to make the light source can rotate. So we need to achieve that because that's the core play feature from the real thing. And then after that, like we need to then we need to elevate the play in there by the Lego bricks. That's why we had many minifigures in there, and also we introduced the dumpling elements to the world the first time ever. And also like the graphics on the windows, the graphics on the shadow play, they're all like traditional Chinese patterns. Like so one thing, like one model is more the overall looking and the message behind it. Another one is more about the details and also the play. So that's why I said like we try to reach as broad as we can.
As you mentioned, you have always been trying to approach more audience as the design goes on. So how have these Spring Festival sets of the Lego brand been received internationally? Do you think they've somehow influenced global perceptions of Chinese culture?
At the beginning, like the Spring Festival sets were launched only like in like where the Chinese people mostly are, like in China, also in Singapore sort of locations. And then by that time it was super rare. Like there were many colleagues from Denmark like us to buy those sets for them from China because because it's super rare. It's a limited amount. So because they all thought it's really interesting. It's fresh from the brand, and then over the years, now we are launching the Lego Spring Festival sets everywhere around the world, and it's super welcomed. Like for example, last year, the Dragon sets was sold out almost everywhere. Like in the first month or something, like it's really popular. The Lego Spring Festival sets are always top sellers for the Lego group, so it's really welcome. Culture spreading for us, I think. And also we heard so many feedbacks from, for example, like the US or from Canada, because at the beginning we thought it's only the Chinese people in the US, for example, they are buying these sets. But actually we found out it's not. It's like it's the Westerners, they're buying these sets. I think over these years, we start to make some people fall in love with our culture. It's pretty happy to see this happening as Chinese people living in the Western world, right?
With the Spring Festival now included in UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage, now the celebration goes worldwide. So what changes or opportunities do you, as designer abroad, think this recognition might bring, both for the Chinese culture and for the Lego bricks?
I mean, as the Chinese people, no matter what you do, no matter where you are, I mean, like you must be super proud to see the Spring Festival is like has been included into the list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity, right? Because it's a big recognition, it's a big honor. I think it's also like it's quite important to have these to attract more global attention and understanding towards the Spring Festival. Also, which can allow the cultural elements from China, from Chinese culture, to be showcased on a broader platform. I mean, for my design work, the Spring Festival, I mean, being the most important traditional festival for Chinese people, it's so wealthy, it's so rich. There are so many like symbols, stories, patterns, so many things, it's not only the stereotypes like dragons and line dance, so it gave us the big platform, and also the opportunity, and also the guts to make something more special, because this actually opened us a gate of introducing more things about the culture to the rest of the world.
Now maybe let's shift to a more personal side of your journey, Xiaodong. How did you become a designer for the LEGO Group in the very first place?
I mean, I was that was 20. I think that's 2011. I was still in Beijing, and I was a concept artist for a game company, like a local game company. By that time, I post some of my drawings on like art network sort of thingy, and then like the managers back in time, like he reached out to me by DM, like, do you have interest to come to a workshop for the LEGO Group?
No.
Yeah, but I didn't thought about it. It'll be a real thing, I just went there for fun, and when I arrived there, were about like 30-ish people, and some faces I can recognize them because they're super good. Yeah, so I mean, I didn't really think about it at the time, but apparently, like after few rounds of workshops, they reach out to me, and now here I am. It's yeah, it's a little bit dramatic.
So you must won their hearts, like with all your concepts and aesthetics.
No, I don't know. I don't know. It's I think for the LEGO Group, it's of course the skill sets is quite important, but we are such a, because we like, at least especially in the design function, we are so international. So it's like the way you spread yourself, you spread your culture, the way you communicate to others, the way you act in the team, because everything in the LEGO Group, at least in LEGO design, is about teamwork. You cannot achieve anything by your own. So you need to work with people from everywhere around the world. So I think those values are sometimes, or mostly of the times, are more important than skill sets, because skill sets you can learn here. There are so many great people here. You can learn from them. You can learn from work. But those values are growing in you, right? Like they come with you. So I think probably those, then the artworks. I mean, I don't know.
So speaking of working with a very international team, as the first designer from China's mainland at the LEGO Group headquarters, what's it like to promote Chinese culture within such a multicultural environment?
I mean, it's never easy. It's never easy, but also bring you a lot of like when you achieve something, even small, like you feel good. You feel proud, because there are so many culture barriers. But when you break through those things, and also especially make people love it, like it, it's quite a unique feeling. But luckily in the LEGO Group, like it's, as I mentioned, it's really international. So people come here with a respectful mindset. Like they respect where you're from and who you are and what's the culture you're from. So it's such a great platform to be yourself and to bring your culture onto the table, and also use the LEGO brand as the bridge to connect your culture to the rest of the world, which is really interesting, and also it's a good opportunity.
Of all the designs incorporating Chinese cultural elements, which one are you most proud of all along these years?
I mean, it's hard to say, right? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that because there are so many things nowadays. When I see them, like I was like, could I could do that, which is better. Because I mean, like we're not flawless, like we're human, right? Anyway, but it's like for example, for the Spring Festival franchise, like I my favorite sets are the Lantern Festival and the New Year Parade. One is from the Year of the Ox, another from the Year of the Rabbits. Because for me, those sets brought a lot of play features to the audience, and also the 14 Lantern from this year. I also like it a lot because it's the first time ever we'll bring a light break to a functioning model, which is super hard to make, but the final result is quite satisfying. And also, like I made so many monkey sets with our team in the past few years, but I mean, like for example, the Heavenly Ram, the Monkey Mac, those things are also which I'm really proud of.
Speaking of the Monkey Kid series, to those who are maybe not very familiar with it, it's a series that combines the Chinese classic journey to the West with modern trends. So do you mind sharing with us what inspired you to create this very unique series in the very first place?
Yeah, because actually, like my pitch to to apply the job was Lego with Journey to the West. So as the Chinese people, I mean, Journey to the West, Monkey King is so special to us, right? It's probably one of the biggest cultural icons uh, from our culture. So bring that to the Western world is it's quite important to me. I mean, it's that's why like I tried so many times, and luckily we had one kid a few years ago. But we didn't want to repeat the story because for for me, what's more interesting is like what's next chapter look like for the journey to the West. And every Chinese kids, when they were small, there's a dream like, what if I'm Monkey King? What if I can fly on the clouds? What if I can transform into a bird or something? So, uh, so it's also Journey to the West for Chinese people is cross generation. It's loved by so many generations. Like the grandpa watched that on TV with the grandson, but another thing is like the Lego bricks is also cross generation, because it can last for so many years. Uh, like the bricks you bought like from 30 years ago can still build onto the bricks you buy now. So, which for us is the perfect match, because both things are cross generation. That's why we thought it's good. I think we should combine them. But how to bring the value of the Chinese value in the Journey to the West to the rest of the world by Lego bricks. So that was our biggest challenge. But I think we did good because after we launched Monkey, and also especially with the TV series, we had so many fans outside of China. People start reading Monkey, like the Journey to the West. People started to dig out like the TV series from 1986. They also watched so many TV series which I didn't even know. They also watched the TV series from Hong Kong, also from Japan, games, everything. So it's like Monkey King for them become a superhero. It's a superhero for them now, and also it's a unique one. Also, it's a mystery. It's a mythical thing. That's why I mean, like, I think making Monkey, also making Lego Spring Festival sets, it's not only about like making toys for kids, for whoever the target group is. It's more about like how to introduce our culture to more people and how to make people love our culture.
Looking ahead into the future, will the Lego Group incorporate more Chinese cultural elements into the products? Or are there any exciting projects or new directions we can look forward to? Maybe.
Yeah, of course. I mean, as a Chinese designer in the Lego Group, I mean, like to work on something relevant to our own culture, relevant to Chinese elements is always really exciting, right? That's why like we're always trying to bring the best, trying to bring the newness to the Chinese market, also to the Western market. And also at the same time, we're listening to feedbacks from everywhere, from like our colleagues in China, also from the colleagues in the Western world. And especially with the Spring Festival, it's has been recognized already, right? So it's we're definitely gonna launch more products to Chinese culture, related to Chinese elements, because they are actually like never-ending source of inspirations from our culture, right? So it's definitely we're gonna make more.
As you mentioned, by designing the Monkey Kid series, the monkey, you were really recreating the traditional character of Sun Wukong into a new icon. So are there any plans in the future, like by yourself, to create more features or figures like that?
I don't think I can tell that.
It's a secret.
Yeah, but yeah, there are more things coming. Just please be patient and looking forward to it. Yeah.
Maybe can you generally, broadly share with us some of your personal plans or aspirations for future designs at the group?
As I said, it's so wealthy. The Lego bricks, it's like how to play with Lego bricks is natural. Like everybody can do that. But how to use that to build something relevant to the culture, and also like it's such big country and everybody has a different image of our own culture even, like that, like we need to work with our consumers even closer and to listen to their needs. I think that's how we evolve, and that's how we grow. Yeah.
Thank you, Xiaodong, for walking us through all these Spring Festival sets at Lego Group, and also the significance of promoting Chinese New Year culture in such a multinational, multicultural environment. And do you have any Spring Festival wishes for our listeners?
First of all, I wish everybody a good New Year, and stay healthy, stay safe, and wish you guys can achieve like a day like you can do whatever you want and do whatever you like. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Xiaodong, and also a joyful and prosperous Chinese New Year to you. And thank you for sharing your journey and all insights with us. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us for this special Spring Festival episode. We will be back soon with more stories from China's vibrant culture and economic landscape. Until then, have a joyful and prosperous Chinese New Year. Thanks for listening to Trending in China. If you enjoyed the show, please follow on your platform of choice and stay tuned. Make sure to share and leave a comment on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. You are also more than welcome to check our newsletter on Substack, which is called Peking Insight, where you can find more in-depth sharings around Chinese economy. Until next time! 噼里啪啦啪啦，记得百鸟都来迎春山，春风阵阵春。